And hello and welcome to another edition of Black Knights Weekly. I'm Heath Trabu, Cadet Spotlight, and a preview of the WNIT coming up in just a moment. But first, here's our Play of the Week. And this week's Army Athletic Association Play of the Week is Nick Fettinger's parallel bars routine from Army Gymnastics match against Springfield. Fettinger scored a career-high 14.7 on the routine that led the Army Gymnastics team to a comeback victory on the final rotation of the meet. And now we'll send it down to the Lichtenberg Tennis Center with Rich DeMarco, who has this week's Cadet Spotlight.
Thanks, Heath. Time now for the Cadet Spotlight. Rich DeMarco joined by freshman from the Army women's tennis team, Gabriella Spindler. And Gabriella, thanks for a couple of minutes and a freshman year for you. How are things going here at West Point? And, of course, your first year on the tennis team.
It's going really well. I really enjoy the team. Everyone is really nice, and we all get along. I mean, every team has, its moments where it's like, oh, my gosh. But overall, I think that we have good communication, and every team could always improve that. But it definitely shows when we're cheering for each other during all of our matches.
You come to West Point after a decorated high school career in Michigan. Tell me about now being a freshman and fitting in and finding your way into the rotation, into the lineup. Tell me about that.
At first, my first match, my college match, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. But then I go out and I was like, okay, I got this. And I won my first match, and that kind of settled me down. And now playing into the spring season, and I play 5 or 6 on the team. So it's good, I feel to start lower because you don't have as much pressure, but you still want to win. But having people there to support you as well. And that's what I liked about high school tennis, because you always had your teammates cheering you on.
Gabriella, tell me about the balance being a freshman, being a cadet, that workload and that adjustment, and also being a Division I athlete.
It's difficult. It really is, because in high school, I was used to pulling all A's easily. I would have a set schedule and everything, and I was really good at time management. But being a cadet, it's much more difficult because the workload, I've taken a lot of this same classes, but at the same time, you are a Division I athlete and you are playing way more than you've ever had before. I mean, I definitely personally have.
Well, Gabriella, we appreciate a couple of minutes here on the Cadet Spotlight. Best of luck remainder of the season and, of course, as a cadet here at West Point.
Thank you, sir.
That's Gabriella Spindler, freshman from the Army women's tennis team. Rich DeMarco here on the Cadet Spotlight. More Black Knights Weekly coming up with Heath Trabu in just a moment.
Honestly, I was a Yankees fan growing up ever since I can remember.
Yankees always have those household names.
Play a team that, you'll see every day growing up on TV. You see their guys in magazines and stuff like that.
I grew up watching those guys, and they were my role models.
I mean, it's everyone's childhood dream, I think, to become a professional baseball player.
Probably the most storied sports franchise in the United States, at least.
The Yankees historically have been the best.
It's a dream come true.
The guys I watched growing up.
Derek Jeter.
Jeter.
Derek Jeter, Andy Pettit.
Mariano Rivera.
Mark Teixeira.
A-Rod.
CC Sabathia.
To be able to share the field with them for an afternoon and compete against them is pretty special.
2 o'clock, March 30th.
2 o'clock, March 30th.
It's the Army Black Knights and the New York Yankees.
2 o'clock, March 30th. It's the Black Knights versus Yankees here at Doubleday Field, West Point, New York. Go Army!
It's been quite a season for the Army women's basketball team. The Black Knights captured the Patriot League regular season championship and, for the first time since 2006, are headed to a postseason tournament. The Black Knights will travel to Fordham on Thursday night in the first round of the Women's National Invitation Tournament. Army picked up the Patriot League's automatic bid to the WNIT following a season which saw the Black Knights go 22-8, including a sweep of arch-rival Navy. Army also swept the Patriot League postseason awards, with Kelsey Minato capturing both the Rookie and Player of the Year honors, Anna Simmers being named Defensive Player of the Year, and Dave McGarity earning the Coach of the Year honor. And as Army embarks on the WNIT, players and coaches are excited about the opportunity before them.
We got a lot to prepare for because they're a very multi-dimensional team. They've got great guard play. They've got good inside play. Got a lot of some of the top players in the Atlantic 10. So there's a reason why they won 24 games, and there's a reason why they got all the way to the league championship.
Yeah, it was nice just to recharge our batteries, refocus for the postseason tournament, and just forget about the last game and move on. And it was a break that we needed, I think, even if it was unfortunate circumstances.
We get another chance to play. This is a big step for Army women's basketball, never getting to NIT. This is a really good stepping stone for what we like to call changing a culture. I think we're changing a culture, and we have some great young players, and this is just going to be good exposure for us in the future.
We're so young, and I think that just the experience going to the NIT, it's a big deal for this group, and we can certainly build on that. You know, I mean, I could throw a million examples about teams that played in the NIT and then the next year. I think the best example locally is Syracuse. Had been in the NIT, and now look at them. They had a terrific year. They're 27 wins, and they're, you know, clearly an NCAA team. So I'm hoping that this will pay dividends down the road.
But first up for Army, it's Fordham in the first round of the WNIT. Tip-off from Rose Hill Gym Thursday night is at 7 o'clock. Coverage across the Army Sports Network begins at 6:45. With the Army WNIT preview for Night Vision, I'm Rich DeMarco.
Hi, I'm Ray.
And I'm Paige.
And we're members of the Army softball team.
Just want to let you guys know that we have our home opener this Sunday against Ryder at the Army Softball Complex.
And we hope that you can come out and support us. Go Army!
And all your WNIT coverage right here on GoArmySports.com and across the Army Sports Network. Broadcast begins at 6:45. Remember, you can stay up to date with Army Athletics anytime on Twitter at Army Athletics, and don't forget to check back tomorrow on GoArmySports.com for the weekend preview. Until next time, go Army. Beat Navy.